It is very cool being from California, by the way. Okay, thank you. You know it's cool because they named the most luxurious bed after us. I'm sorry, I fucking love this place, but nobody wants to sleep in a New York King. Okay? That just sounds like a bunch of rats that got tangled up. That's scary. It's not comfortable. I had a really big birthday during the lockdown. I accidentally turned 40. Yeah, thanks. Oh my God, thank you. They might actually edit that out because I think it's illegal to say on Comedy Central, but if you're a woman, but I turned 40. I feel pretty good about it. I don't know. It's going fine. I always wanted to be 40 when I was a kid. Truly, like I thought, when you're an adult, that like if you turn 40, like all your dreams had come true and you're living your best life. And then in the middle of 2020, I was telling jokes in parking lots and selling pictures of my feet online. Not the birthday of my dreams. Sometimes people think I'm younger. I don't mean to assume, but if that was you, like, thank you, but I don't have any fucking skincare tips for you. I drink a ton of water and I don't have kids and I've never been awake in the morning before. So, very good for your skin. Oh, I should mention this. I am a plus size person. Thank you. And no, a lot of you knew that, but like, I have to say it in case anybody is visiting from the Midwest. Wow, am I skinny there? Oh, man. But here in Los Angeles, where I live, I'm Mama June, okay? I'm the largest woman in Los Angeles, and I fucking love it. I love it. And people will be like, isn't it hard to be plus size in Hollywood? I'm like, no, this is the best place to do it because everything I do here is brave. Do you understand? People are like EMTs and firefighters. Like, I went swimming 9 times last summer and put it on Instagram, and people are like, oh, look how brave. She's an American hero. A 2-piece and everything, wow. My Instagram's just Amy Miller Comedy if you want to check out those pictures. Okay. A lot of meat. Get your sauce ready. You know what I'm saying? I've had a hard adjustment getting back into regular life after being trapped inside for so many months because fuck bras, okay? And you've been saying no your whole life. And I really appreciate that. Because fuck bras. Remember when we were just like at home swinging? Just flapping around all day. Sir, you looked so wistful when I said that. Do you live with someone with titties? Did you visit some people with titties? Weren't those pandemic fucks fun? When you're like, I'm not supposed to be here. And we were like, I'm not putting on real clothes or makeup. By the way, that is how you would know my true age, is if I took this bra off. You'd be like, oh, 1980. Yeah. Those are Reagan titties for sure. Couple of trickle-down tits, you know? I used to care too. I used to be so concerned, like in my 20s. This is the beauty of aging. Like in my 20s, I was like, oh no, my titties are gonna age and they're gonna change and people won't like them anymore. Because I got big ones because God is good. But listen, all titties are beautiful, but God is also just, okay? So God was like, I mean, you can have the big ones, but it's gonna cost you. And I was like, what? And God was like, no lips. And I'm like, okay. Rude. I love doing this job. I've had so many jobs that I did not like. You know, like right now, I'm a full-time comedian in LA, so I'm a dog walker. Yeah. I'm a dog walker, and what a business. And I love it. I love dogs. You know, I think they're very good boys and good girls, or however they identify. It's not for me to decide. I love dogs, but I used to be that person that was like, there are no bad dogs, right? There's just bad owners and dogs that have been through trauma, right? Clap if you think there are no inherently bad doggies. Okay, well, you have not fucking met Truffles. Truffles is a Doberman that lives in Beverly Hills, and I don't give a shit who hurt him. He's making poor choices. Truffles also took 4 craps in 30 minutes. Yep, 4 craps, and they're Doberman craps, you know? So it's like mostly the bones of missing dogs. By the way, I'm saying I mostly date straight men. It wasn't a long relationship with one, but like, I don't know, classically, historically, like I've been with a lot of women. I had a girlfriend. Oh yeah, thanks. No, yeah, you don't have to woo. Let me tell you why. Because I don't openly identify as bi, and I'm not ever truly sure why. I think maybe I aged out. It's an interesting time, and I think it's hilarious when people are like, everybody's fucking bi now. I'm like, no, actually, a lot of people have always been bi, but now some people are more comfortable saying it. But I don't like to say it a lot because I don't want you to mistake me for another white lady who wants to be a diversity hire now. Thank you, Joyelle, because I knew they wouldn't like that joke here. This is fucking true. I worked in the service industry for a long time. Has anybody waited tables, worked in the service industry? Yes. Thank you for your service. Oh my God. That's so dumb. I was a waitress for like 15 years. And the day that I had finally had it, I was waiting on this vegan man. And listen, I know what neighborhood I'm in right now. Like, I'm not here to disparage vegans, okay? Like, I respect you. I think you're very noble. I just think that maybe you should have your own restaurants, okay? And drinking fountains, probably. Terrible people to wait on. This vegan dude came into a diner where I worked, and he ordered himself a bowl of vegan chili. And I was like, oh shit, we got a hungry boy on our hands. I put the order in correctly, okay? This happens, okay? This happens all the time. Person bringing the food just made a little mistake and brought this dude a bowl of beef chili, right? And he took 3 bites. And I know that because he fucking told me. And he was like, I took 3 bites of this. And I was like, that's interesting, because you know that you don't eat meat. You know it tastes weird under your little mustache, Kevin. Why did you ever take a second bite, you fucking tug job? Anyway, this vegan tug job was so mad about the chili. The way he decided to deal with it was by picking up a full pint glass of beer and throwing it at my face. I know, I could not believe he had the arm strength. I was really far away. And then my manager, Doug, comes up to me. Oh my God, do you guys know Doug? You have a Doug in your life? Douglas, Dougie, Doug? Seems like more of you would know a Doug because Doug is the #1 name for all mid-level restaurant managers. Doug gets in my face and he's so mad and he was like, what did you do to that guy that made him throw the glass at you? I was like, you know what, Doug? This job fucking sucks, okay? And I'm only gonna do it for like 7 more years. This is what I always find interesting about like very tall men. Like, do y'all have that like one straight lady friend who only dates super tall dudes and she's like, I don't know, I just like to feel safe? I'm like, bitch, why are you always in danger? Are you talking shit? That's always who it is some like mouthy little girl who's like, I just like to have a large man to hide behind after I throw a fucking glass at somebody. I hate accountability. Also, I'm sorry, but the safety argument is just not there. There's no logic to it. Like, You know why? We know who murders us. Our boyfriends and husbands. Why do you want a bigger, taller, stronger man? Are you trying to die faster, bitch? I'm looking for weak little arms, okay? Spindly fingers, all right? Preferably no fucking hands. You're not gonna choke me out. I wanna live. I'm tired a lot of the time. I have a lifelong struggle with insomnia. Has anybody else not slept a full night since Reagan? Well, sometimes I tell people I have insomnia and they're really surprised. They'll be like, I don't know, Amy, I just wouldn't think that you would have trouble sleeping. I'm like, holy shit, did you just confuse chubby with sleepy? Because I'm not a baby bear cub, okay? I'm a human lady and I'm very tired of your shit. And then when you have insomnia, everybody has a tip, right? People will be like, well, you can't sleep at night because you look at screens and you drink. Like, I couldn't sleep through the night as a child. iPhones did not exist yet, and I was drinking a really reasonable amount back then. I don't even trust people that sleep well. I don't. It's so foreign to me that some of you just, like, close your eyes at night and then see your life again 8 hours later. Do you know the kind of shit I could do to you in 8 hours? All right, well, I stole that joke from Bill Cosby, so...